Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to 𝙤𝙀 live stream. This is what we are going to do next. I created this look for early October in Halloween season. Now, first, before we start, I will include my shop name on here. Everything that I use is at www.𝙤𝙀.shop. This is the look that we are going for today. And I also will include our WhatsApp group. Just in case you haven't joined yet, this is where you can join for you to get free alert from us every time that I go on live stream. I go on here to notify everyone. Alright, let's walk right into it. Do you see this color right here in the background? First, I am going to make this background first using gel color and flake and chrome. So the gel color that I will be using is sky blue. Hi Jersey girls. Hi Hustling Daily. Welcome.
Could you moderate me please before we get too started, just in case I gotta do something?
Yeah, I cannot find you yet.
Oh, I gotta say something, my bad.
Okay. Now I'm gonna put this in here.
There you go.
Okay, now with sky blue, first I will demonstrate for you how to do this one. This one is pretty simple. It's just a background with a snake using 3D jelly. I will demonstrate for you how to do this one. It's a little unique. I have to use texture gel for this. So you need both of this background to be light and flaky like this. How do you get to WhatsApp group? I'll show you again. I will leave it here for 5 seconds. This is a QR code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now.
Does everyone have sound?
Does everyone have sound?
Besides
like
Haiti?
Okay, apply sky blue gel color on here.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys. Okay, all over.
Okay, cool.
Hear this. Same with the pinky. I will apply gel colors. Hi Hoovers, Leanne.
He got it fixed. Or she.
Okay, same with the pinky. Hear this. And cure for 60 seconds. Yeah, I'm just starting, MJ. This is sky blue that I used. Now I'm gonna take out the flakes.
The flakes. Hello, Leanne.
The flake that I'm using is called Fairy Flakes.
Yes, that polish is very pigmented, smooth and creamy.
Yes, I created that polish for art also. Now this is a flake that I use. It's called Fairy Flake. It belongs in the iridescent flake family. It's a blue, orange, and golden tone, which can be very good for the fall. Okay, so what I am going to do is to apply sticky on so the flake can stick on well. Now, if you just put flake on a regular layer of polish, it also will stick. It's just not as well as sticky, and I will demonstrate it for you here. Okay, so this is a regular layer of polish inhibition. I will put on my flake. See, it stick on that too. just not as well if I use sticky. Isn't that pretty?
He said, "Hi, Tara." Is that
Tara? Is Tara
Tara?
here? Is Tara in? I think Tara have an emergency and she can be in. It's a family emergency.
Well, I'm getting the hang of this, you know.
Yeah. I hope Tara's okay.
No, I am not getting the hang of it. No, she's fine. Just
okay. So it's decent, right? Just a layer of polish.
oh, she was talking to Tara.
Oh, Tanya.
Typo.
Okay. And of course, if you don't want to use your gloves with your finger, you can also do this with a silicone tool. And basically, let me tilt it this way. You don't want anything to poking up the surface like this. See that? Because flake are layers, and if you don't wipe it up like this, some layer of the flake can poke up the surface, and when you put on top coat, it'll be very lumpy. So you want to clean this thoroughly.
Clean it thoroughly.
Okay. And I will dust it off using the fluffy. And I want to make sure that everything is smooth. It pays off, you guys. Flake can be very beautiful as long as you pay attention to the detail.
Keep it smooth.
If you put on top coat when it's not smooth, the set can be extremely unattractive. Okay, so these fingers, I will apply sticky on. Okay. Now, sticky is like a double-sided tape. It's very strong, and for element like flake, it is perfect. I apply one layer on.
It really reminds me of something, but I'm not sure what.
And you might want to ask that, so why don't we apply sticky right now and then put flake on? Well, it's because since the polish is just clear, I want to take advantage of the inhibition layer to have some flake on first. And then when sticky is on and I put flake on the second time, it will be glorious. Put it in. Now I also apply flake on this nail. Again, I just done curing this.
I meant also, I'm not a good typer. Yeah, this is definitely a game changer. What is it?
Again, when you look straight at it, see this? Now, are you both sticky and flake on my current set? Yes, Tanya. Now let me tilt it over so you can see. Most people would dust it a little bit like this, and they'd be done with it. Let's see how the surface is. Oh, see a little bit right here? That little bit right here can be a problem if you put on top coat. That will make it lumpy. Not worth it at all. You want to make sure you eliminate everything that's sticking up, either with your finger, with a glove on, or with a tool. Make sure you scrape all that extra layer off.
Because really, that when it's flat and smooth like that with that curvature, It really gives it such a beautiful mirrorish look.
Now, my sticky is done curing, so I am gonna put on another layer of flakes. Now, this stuck on very well and very solid.
No, Jillian, he just started.
Yeah, I'm just starting. Basically, I start with a sky blue gel polish, and then I apply a little bit of fairy flake on top of the polish. So right now, what I'm doing is I apply sticky on so I can apply a second layer of flake on. I want it to be very flaky. This can also be a finished look if you choose to be really fast. This can be a ready-to-wear look right here. Just put flake on 10 finger and be done. Or put an ombre on the cuticle right here. Like color ombre. Okay, I will leave the top alone just because on this finger, this is what I'm going to do on the thumb. So the nail bed are solid. So I don't need to pay attention to the top.
It's going to be covered up with solidity.
Go ahead and scrape it off. All the excess. And if you want, you can lean your client nail over to the side just so you can see the surface easier. Make sure you eliminate any flakes that are sticking off the surface. When you're done, you can go ahead and dust it off. Everything's nice and smooth. Now, let me leave it over here. Same, I am gonna put sticky on this nail also. Here, while I'm curing my sticky gel, I am going to apply chrome base on the finished flake surface.
Chrome
but we are
base.
going to chrome this, so I'm going to use chrome base.
Oh, good. I'm glad you've seen that, 𝙬𝙗. Because sitting right here, it's very easy to see the big difference between just using the inhibition layer and then the sticky.
Now chrome base.
Orgasmic, oh my goodness.
I am make sure that I stirred it up really well. And apply. And cure.
Sticky's versatile.
Yeah, it is. I love my gel to be special. Okay, let's take the flake out and do it again. Yeah, I love my gel to be special. I don't want like just to have like colors alone. Like just like paint and polish. I don't want to have just that. I want cool thing that can do awesome stuff. Even with my gel colors, it's not just a simple polish. It sticks to pigment, and the layer, inhibition layer, it's just enough that the pigment can be smooth, not muddy.
Well, what I know from watching you years and years is you like everything to work flawlessly. You don't want to have to backtrack because that's embarrassing if you have to do some extra work or redo a step in front of a client.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Since I do nails just to buy Tino's products sometimes. Gosh.
I guess I like shortcuts. And I like products that can give you shortcuts.
Well, what happened is you understood everything, and then you were like, what could make it easier?
Back in the day, before sticky, I use gel. I have to do a lot of layer actually, and sometimes I mix the flake into the top coat too. And sometimes I'd rather use acrylic, it's faster. So since the day sticky come into my life, I use it with everything. Dry flower, Aurora glass, things that are nearly impossible before sticky gels. Like dry flower, before sticky, I only use acrylic powders because that's the only way to encapsulate the flower nicely. Maybe build gel sometime, but there's no way to make the flower stick on the surface flat and flush to the surface. But when I apply dry flower on sticky surface, all the petal lay down and the edge won't lit up at all. And all I need to do is apply a couple layers top coat and I'm done. It's like ridiculous. No encapsulation needed. Okay. I make sure that the surface are flat. Now, chrome base. Apply on, and we're gonna chrome this, so make sure that it's really nice and smooth. You can see all the imperfection if it doesn't. Back in the old day, when I do flake, it's never smooth like this, you guys. It's always pokey just because of the material that I have. You know, all the gel that I have is very pokey. So what I do is I apply top coat, and then I have to file it so it's smooth, and then I apply another layer of top coat. But now all I need to do is apply one layer. Hear this? Okay, so after I curing this, it's time for chrome. So let's move our flake on the side. Hi, Lisa. Okay, this. Fold it up. We might need that paper towel later. Put it on the side. This is my favorite part where the flake is flying everywhere. Stick on my, stick on my client hair and clothes.
Just the client?
Now, I am going to chrome this. So the chrome color that I use, I believe that this is blue. I know that it looks coral, but the flake is already coral. I remember I used blue unicorn chrome. Let me take that out. Okay, so this is what I use, and unicorn chrome is like a glass chrome. It is see-through with a tint. Different than mermaid chrome. Mermaid chrome are not a glass chrome. Mermaid chrome are stronger. It has 50% coverage. So it's a dual chrome colors. It has tone and base, all different. Unicorn chrome is similar except it's sheer. So for certain occasion like this, we want something that's super sheer so it doesn't cover up the flake. It just add on to it. Take out my shadow applicators. Do Mila say, how do I make custom nail to fit a client finger? Is that a rule? Yes. So you can take a picture with a penny beside the fingers. I mean, your client can. that is a way to measure through camera, but there's no exact measure way except for you send to your client the nail tip, the empty nail tip that you're going to use for press on from size 0 to size 10. And you send it to them so they can measure it on their fingers. And they're going to tell you what number fit their nails. And then that is a number of tip that you're going to use to design, because they cannot complain about it not fitting if they're the one that chooses.
Right.
So that to me is a safer way for you to measure your client nails. Otherwise, a lot of people use it through camera. They will take a picture of their hands with a penny right beside it.
And then Tanya said, I get them to use a soft measuring tape, but you got to make sure they use the same metric or inches or whatever system you're using in your country.
Yeah, the nail tip is a little tricky. It's a little bit tricky.
But once you have all their sizes and they're happy, they'll be lifelong customers.
Cause they can have an excuse. They can be like, oh, well, I'm a little off or so-and-so.
Yeah.
But if they say, my index is number 2, well, I'm just going to take number 2 in design. You're the one that drew number 2.
Exactly. But if your work is absolutely stunningly fantastic, you'll never hear a word. They'll do anything to get them on there, even if they're not correct.
All right, now I am going to apply top coat on this. Okay, matte or shine, that's up to me. And I choose matte. Oh, but before I do, I need to draw out my black design, and then I can matte it. Now, if you are confident, you can draw directly on here. But if you're not confident, I suggest you taking top coat and apply on the surface first. Just in case, if you make a mistake, you can always erase. But right now, if you make a mistake on top of the chrome surface and you wipe it up, or the gel, the chrome gonna come up with it. So the safest way is to apply one layer of top coat first.
Nice.
And before I put this into the machine, I want to show you. Because it's very misleading when the unicorn chrome doesn't have top coat yet. So I want to see the difference. When they have top coat, look at the vividness.
Yeah.
In the stunning.
Yeah. Really good.
So I will put it on the machine. Normally, I'm very shy with another layer of top coat. If it were me, I would draw right away on the surface. However, if you choose to put on a top coat, it will make it a little thicker, right? So what you can do is after it's cured, I'm going to file on both sides before I continue drawing. This is an option that you can have during your nail process. Cure this.
That way it keeps its crisp shape.
Yes, keep the shape very crisp. You always have to watch out for the shape. The nicer it looks, the more money you're going to make. If the shape doesn't look good, then it devalues the whole set big time. It's all about the shape. Make sure it's nice and clean and clear.
And it's probably better to scrape the edges that way. At the end of the deal, if you file it, it's going to ruin or take a chance for something to get underneath it or chip it.
If you cure it, you always want to cure it during the process, not when you finish. Because when you finish curing, you will file all the gel off. So let's say if I want to file it right now is the time to do it. But if I wait until I paint the black on, it's too late then. So now is the time to watch out for your shape. Thank you, Dulima.
You want to see how you scrape one more time? And then...
Oh, scrape when I do this. To my knowledge, you're not contaminated. So do you have any idea why sometimes my shine have conceal a bit in it? Sometimes it might expose to the light. That's what I know. Expose a little bit to the light.
But I notice it gets around the little edges from screwing up and down,
That too.
And then that gets exposed to the light. Not anything in the bottle. It's the little ripples on the edges.
Yeah, like right here. Like around it. A lot of time, about once every 2 days or 3 days, I always clean around the edge because sometimes when it around here it's getting dry. Could be too air, when you open and close, and when you screw it like this, it could get stuck in here, and then eventually it can make its way into the bottles. So I love to make this right here clean, just not all the time, just about a few days or so when it's like get ridiculous. Sometimes it does spill out just by the way we use it. By the way, we open and close the bottles.
And did you show the scrapage?
The scrape.
For Hella Hazy nails?
So this is what I do when it's wet. I take and sharp the hard object or silicone tool and just do this. See, I lean against the edge right here. Not like that. I will scrape up all your gel like this. And scrape it up. Now, if you file, now is the time for you to file. That will give you a second chance to make sure that the shape is stunning. And then you can go ahead and draw. So I'm gonna give it one final dusting and use Jet Black gel color to draw.
Jet Black color. Is that a gel polish?
Yes. So I am gonna get out my one stroke liner. Actually, with space like this, I better use art gel because this considered color block, not painting a flower or doing line work. It's considered color blocking because I have a lot to fill in here. I'd rather use art gel. One stroke liner is very opaque. I use it for painting lines and flowers and shading, blending. But when it comes to color blocking, I want to use something with a heavier body. So I'm going to use black art gel. It has a much heavier body. Oh, Tanya, I'm glad. Tanya said, I absolutely love the new liner. Thank you. I will have more colors. Okay. I will see this finger to match this. Okay. So, take this.
Oh, you got water right.
And my rings. Okay. Now, This is a liner brush. Okay, this is a 10mm painting brush. So for liner brush, I use it for line, but when it comes to fill in, I'll show you what I use for filling in. So this is what I use for fill in. It's called a coloring brush. It's still considered a liner, but it has a very heavy body. And a heavy body soak up a lot of gel. The coloring brush, I will saturate it with gel by pressing and twirling on it and then pour it out. Now I'm going to pick up this nail and I'm going to start coloring it. See the way it's moved? Let me zoom in so you can see. So this is a coloring brush. Okay, you see the way it's moved, the way it just whip all the gel and fill in one swoop like that. Now I'm going to show you the painting brush. I'm going to take the painting brush. This is a painting brush. Now this is how I do it. Do you see the difference? You see that? See, this is a liner brush. 10mm or 20mm, you'll be feeling it like this. That is why I make the coloring brush. Now look at the coloring brush. Isn't that satisfying? All in one swoop. Fluid, smooth. Again, coloring brush. All in one swoop. Isn't that satisfying? So that is a coloring brush. Okay. Apply all overs. And then I want to cure this. But let me make sure that there's no area that are too thick. Everything seems to be reasonable. Okay, now it's time to cure. So before you cure, you can take the spatula and do one final scoop like this. One final scrape. Just make sure that the shape are stunning. Then cure. Now I'm gonna replicate this finger for you. I'm gonna draw a spiderweb pattern. Okay, let's stop right here. Now I use art gel to fill this in because this pattern are very tricky. You see, a little bit right here, a little bit right here, a little bit right here, a little bit right here. There is no way that I can take a polish brush and do that. Look. There's no way I can take the polish brush and try to do that. Okay. If I want to do it with polish, I have to use a liner gel. And when it comes to polish, the best brush is the brush that's inside the polish bottle. That's the best.
We were all thinking you were going to mat it.
And not yet.
Not
and
yet.
That is the best brush. It's a brush that are inside the bottles. Okay. When it comes to polish. Now, when it comes to line brush, it's work too. But to do this in between like that, I'd rather use art gel. Okay. Because my pattern will be all over the place. It will be up here, down here, across, down. It will be all over the place. So I'd rather use a heavy gel like art gel. Now with this finger is different. This finger right here, the pattern are simple and predictable. I'm gonna use Jet Black for that because all I need is from here to go all the way down. So that's why I rather choose a polished bottle to do that. Apply a thin layer of Jet Black. Okay, stop right here. Apply some Jet Black on the surface. Okay, now I am going to take the coloring brush, mix in my Jet Black, and guide this out. Okay, see? With this brush, it still works with gel polish, but you have to be light because if you go really heavy, you see all the marking? Because gel polish are liquidy. If you push too hard, you will have all this sheerness going on. So gel polish, you have to gently guide it with the tip of the brush. That is a way that I use to paint gel polish, is to be light. Let that guide all the way down and it's done. Here. Next, we are done with drawing and we are ready for emboss. So I am going to matte everything. Putting my ring aside.
Your favorite ring?
Now, the top coat I gonna choose is matted just because of the beauty between matte and shine. Okay, if the background is matte, then my shine detail will be obvious, and you can see all the shine detail, and it's, to me, it's complementary. If everything is shine, you're not gonna see the detail that well. So I choose matte for contrast. Opened it. Done here too. Apply matte.
Yay.
Everything is easy from now on. You just have to make sure that when you put this flake on, you pay attention to detail, and that pay up big time. And trust me, you might end up having lumpy nails. But remember, I warn you. So if you see lumpy nails when you apply some flake on, that will be a lesson for you. Hear this. And a lot of people, sometimes when they apply top coat on flake and it's lumpy, they assume that that is the way it is. So I want to make sure I show you a flake nail to perfection, so you know that that's not the way it is. You just have to be careful. Always scrape off all the excess flake on the surface. Make sure that it's nice and clean. Here. I use flake a lot when it's going deep into the fall. Good, autumn is just the time for it, and winter too.
I think it's because all the leaves and trees and the color
Yeah,
changes.
and ice, all the ice look, all the blue flake I'm gonna use in the winter. So right now, what we have to do is start the emboss process. Now, I use two different material on this. This I use 3D jelly, black 3D jelly. This I use black texture gel. I want to show you the difference because black texture gel is non-cell level. So if I use black texture gel to do this, first of all, I couldn't build it really high. See this nail I build really high. Number two, it is hard to make it all smooth and gloppy like this. You need something that is cell level, like 3D jelly, to make big, smooth blob like this. Now, when it comes to this, if you use 3D jelly, it will be nearly impossible because these lines are close together. It's very intricate. You need something that will stay still for you, and that is where I use black texture gel. It's a two different elements. This is element number 1. Okay, now element number 2, I will show you the black texture gels. These are opposite from each other. Cell level and smooth, non-cell level and stable.
Non-self level and stable.
So I am gonna start. I am using a painting brush at first, 10mm painting brush. Take out my black 3D jelly. Already matte everything too, all done. Okay, I'm gonna put my black 3D jelly on here. Now, you know the rules for building always go by 2 layers. The first layer is a slip layer. I call it the slip layer because this is not the bulk. This is just a thin layer, and the reason why it have to be thin because right now I am very detailed. I am make sure that it's glide along the edge of this. See, it's fitted to the edge. So I am pay attention to detail, and I cannot do that with too much gel on my brush. So I am literally taking the 3D jelly and just treat it like a gel paint right now. I'm just painting it. See, just thin amount of gel and just start to paint it. It's very thin. That will make it easier for you to paint. Now, when you're done with this is when you're ready to make it bulky, right? So of course, you're not curing this. Leaving it wet, this is a slip layer. The reason why it called slip layer because this bulkiness right here that I'm about to put on, I'm gonna touch it gently on the surface. My brush is not touching the surface, just the gel is, and I am gonna start moving it. Ooh, that's too much. See, it start dripping. That is too much gel. So make sure you go little by little, piece by piece, so it doesn't all collapse right on the surface and ruin your lines. And I am hovering on top and guide it all the way through. The slip layer will help you. The moment the wet 3D jelly meet the slip layer, it's gonna suck the 3D jelly right in and gonna help the 3D jelly follow along the edge. See, all along the line. You barely spend any effort on drawing at all. The slip layer will do all the job for you. You just make sure that you add more gel on it and let it slip along the lines. See, like that? I'm not drawing right now. I'm just building, basically. Okay, now don't be too greedy now. If you put too much gel, these are gonna keep blending to each other and you want it to be pretty detailed. So you can either finish right here. And if you want more, you can add on the second layer. Go ahead and cure this. Now it look pretty already. It look textury, but yet the shape remain attractive. See the points of the stiletto, all the shape. It's not too lumpy. So right now it's perfect. Cure.
For 60 seconds. So 𝙬𝙗𝙗, all his products are 60 seconds.
Yes. Everything cure for 60 seconds. Yet Lynn learned her lesson the hard way. She get greedy. I used to. Because to me, the bigger the better. So yeah, I used to do that. But just know that you can do that, just not all at once. Just cure it, and then go again on top. And in fact, I might do that, just so you can see. Okay, make sure I done curing this, and I will do another coat. Okay. Now, if you want, you can do another coat like this. But again, right now, the surface is dry, so if you put a lot of gel on, you're going to have to try to draw through. So, just minimum amount of gel and try to glide along the surface. See, you can do that. 3D jelly, there is no limit to how far you can go, how thick you can build. You can keep on building it, because 3D jelly, actually you can use it to build a nails. Kind of like build a gel, except for its chrome and pigment ability. Okay, you can do that. And after, you can cure. Okay. Okay, now, with this gel, it's very difficult. With this design, it's very difficult to use 3D jelly because these details are all intertwined with each other. You don't want the cell leveling ability of 3D jelly, because it's gonna smooth out by itself.
So you want to see a little web knots.
Yeah, all this sharp detail right here will be gone. So with that, I am gonna use its cousin. This is black texture gel, and it's completely opposite from 3D jelly. It stays still for you. Right now, it's not available yet. It will be on the Renaissance mystery box in August 8th.
So what's the difference between the old and new formula?
So the old formula, what it does is that it can engrave. You can carve through it. You just cannot build it high. You just cannot do like a big emboss on it. It wouldn't cure properly. So it's used for engrave. Now this gel is used for engrave, and it's used for emboss. So it's more. It's extra. I actually might use a 20 millimeters. Make sure I clean this first.
It's its cousin.
Let me see. From here, so that is what a normal gel would do. But what you can do is you can take more gel and you can build embossed pattern.
Jamie, this new formula will be released in the mystery box on August 8th.
Yes, a Renaissance mystery box. So you can add. So that is volume to the line. Okay? Until it's become like that. You can touch it, you can scrape it. It's like a piece of leathers. Okay, now go ahead and touch it lightly and drag it through. Again, add more gel to it.
In a weird way, it kind of reminds me of Batman.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I'm done with the 20 millimeter. I thank you for that to help me do the long line. I would now retire it and I will put in my 10 millimeters. 10 millimeter painting brush. Hi, Life Nails 95. Hello. Okay. Remember, when you work with bulk gel, you're not painting it. You are embossing, and when you emboss, it's important to just use the tip of your brush and touch lightly and guide it all the way through. Okay? Because and you do the same if you're painting glitters. Like if you use pixie gel, you use the same concept. Anytime that you use 3D material or glitter material, they are not gel paint. They are different. So actually, I should show you visually on a palette like this. I'll show you. Okay. So this is how I do when I paint. I will do this. See that? I apply more pressure like that. That's what I do when I paint. Okay. Now, when I do emboss or glitter, this is what I do. So I have the bulk volume on my brush, gel or glitters, and this is what I do. I touch it lightly.
With the tip.
See that? See how I do that? I release it down. Does that make sense? I don't press it. Because if I press it and run, everything will be flat. And when I do emboss, I don't paint it. I build it like this. See that? See the difference? I glide through using just the edge of my brush so it doesn't smash the line. It build it. And that's exactly what I'm doing on here. Pull and drag gently.
Well, that's got to be helpful.
What is?
What you just showed them, because I can see most of it's just dragging it through.
Dragging it through is just, it is not desirable when it comes to emboss or when it comes to glitters. Like, is a lot of you, when you use like a glitter element of any sort, sometimes you might find your glitter to be not satisfying, like not thick. It's very sparingly. That because of pressure. So way before pixie gel, I was able to do amazing glitter just because of this motion right here. It's called a building motion, a building stroke, not a painting stroke. So I hope that helped.
Definitely. That's something you just wouldn't do naturally.
Yeah.
Without someone teaching you.
Yeah, I do it naturally.
Well, that's you.
Yeah. Yeah. when I start painting, I asked Tino, I said, Tino, what are we gonna do, Tino? Tino, like, I don't know, you just swing it. It's like, okay, let me try. Succeed on first try, of course. Okay. See how it's broke out from the side? That's the beauty of it right here. It have to be even though. See another broke out on the side? That's my favorite part right here.
Little side
Just
ribs.
a little side rib. Yeah. Not lumpy, but even. Like all the way down. Even. Very similar with the mermaid pattern. I just very satisfying right here. It shows that the nail have textures. It's not just a cheap nail and an expensive nail with textures.
Right.
And of course, a design like this can easily go for like $5 if you just paint it. But this design, it have value because the background are carefully thought out. It have flake. It also have chrome, and it's matte. It's carefully thought out in the background. It's angelic looking. And then the pattern are 3D, the pattern are embossed. That will add value to the set. And of course, your client don't have to show that route. They can just show to have a simple painting. But the luxury options are always there.
And good job, Betty D.
What Betty D do?
Answered the question
Oh!
of what you went over earlier.
Awesome.
That Linz was trying to act like, you know, she was quizzing people.
Oh.
But she was in the kitchen. Getting
Here
some
it
tea or
is.
something. I don't know.
It's always tea with Linz, isn't it?
Right. You know, I just assume it's tea.
Okay. After that here, I want to do one last thing. Okay, so 3D jelly. Okay. Right now, when I'm getting done with this, I can apply pigment directly on 3D jelly. I just want to show you so you know. Let me get some pigment out. I just want to show you.
Look at that palette. I feel like white's your favorite.
Okay, let me take like, let's say, this sad purple color. Let me take that. And see that? Okay, you can apply pigment directly on. It stick to pigment, okay? When you wipe it with acetone or alcohol, it stick to chrome. So 3D jelly stick to both chrome and pigments. Now, just in case you just want to use it for its colors, then you don't need top coat. All you need to do is take acetone and wipe. Okay. Make sure that I go in the crevices too. Okay. And just want to show you too, just in case. You can rub chrome on it when you wipe it off.
She's quizzing people.
Now, see this? See that? Can rub chrome on, okay? But we don't need chrome for this. I just want to show you the option. We want to leave everything pure black. Make sure all that hair is gone. All that little fuzz.
The lint?
Yeah. I want my black to be flawless. Okay. So this is done. Okay. Look how shiny it is. Let me zoom in. See how shiny? Unbeatable shine. Just, I would say, comparable to 𝙤𝙠. I wouldn't see the difference between the shine. It's ultra shine. Scratch proof shine. Now, texture gel is a little bit different. Okay. I'm going to wipe texture gel. And before I do, texture gel stick to chrome. It's no wipe, stick to chrome. Okay. And that will be available with the Renaissance mystery box.
August 8th.
August 8th. Now, again, I'm going to wipe it. Now, when you wipe texture gel, it's not high shine. It comes to a semi-shine. A semi-shine state. So with that, I will apply 𝙤𝙠 on. Now, if you don't apply 𝙤𝙠 on, then you just don't wipe it. It don't need any top coat because it's no wipe. And it can stay for about 3 weeks. But, you know, your client may have a stand-up door in it. So if you want to achieve the high shine state, then you can apply 𝙤𝙠 on. But first, you have to wipe it to apply 𝙤𝙠 because it's right now it's semi-shine, so it's not ultra shine. So you can see when you apply 𝙤𝙠 on, you have a stand-up direction. Now, if you leave everything shiny and apply top coat on, you're not gonna see anything because everything is shiny. If that makes sense. You have to first do it just a little. And I also will wipe the nail bed. I want everything to be flawless. Okay, and this look also a desirable look. It's like not matte but not shine. It's like leather almost.
Leather. Patent leather.
Mm-hmm.
Leather.
However, that's not the look that we're going for. We're going to ultra shine.
Ultra shine.
I would use 𝙤𝙠 and apply on the palette. And the brush that I am going to use will be the curling brush. Soak in top coat. And apply. Let's just use the tip to glide it along the way like I just showed you. I will put a name to that is called the embossed stroke. I will do the embossed stroke right on here.
Wow. They're doing pretty good on their little side question and answer.
That's good. The more knowledge about the product, the better. It will make your process more fluid.
It really will. The less you have to think about which product to grab, the more efficient.
It because the client that I had before is extra creative. They not just want a simple, just like paint my nail, paint something on my nail. It's not like that. They were like, ooh, can you make it chrome, but then keep the background completely matte? Like, very creative. Oh, can you make a butterfly chrome, but then the background have different colors? Can you do that? All these challenge kids. Can you make a background tie-dye colors? So, because of their creativeness, It's forced me to think of all this cool product right here to accommodate their need. If they want to emboss, they have it.
You want to show Hippie Love the WhatsApp code?
Yes, this is a QR code from the WhatsApp group. This is where I go in and I tell everybody, hey, I go on live today. So you know when I'm on live, you get alert from me. And also when I have a sale, I post a coupon in the group. Also when I have the mystery box, I will post it in the group too.
Did you get it, Hippie Love?
Lynch used to be a client. She know. Not my client, but she used to be a client. And how insanely adventurous she is now. I can imagine her as a nail client for someone. She'd be like, can you do this? Can you do that?
Right.
Can you? Can you?
Kept getting worse for him every week.
I just see the same thing on the magazine. If they can do it, you can do it, right? Oh, you can? Oh, bless your heart. That, like, I imagine she will be very difficult as a client. For a certain person, not for me though. If Lynn was my client, we'll have blast.
It would have been a good match.
It would be a good match. Unfortunately, people talent doesn't please her, so now she have no choice to become a nail artist herself.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, I'll send it the old-fashioned way. Also, all these hippies, they just need WhatsApps.
Or whoever that in the group, like whoever, like Lynn or probably Tanya, like whoever in the group, you can invite them.
Into
You can
the WhatsApp?
Yeah, you can invite another person. Yeah, as a member in the group, you can invite another person, or you can add in another person.
If they DM, I'll just have to make sure I take a picture of that before I leave. That way I can send it to them.
You DM me and I send you the QR code. Okay, and this is pretty simple. Just matte black and use 3D jelly. Remember, first layer is a slip layer. Make sure it's nice and thin. So you can draw the snake body, the snake head. You see how detailed it is? You draw thin first. Then you take a lot of 3D jelly, like black 3D jelly, and you start to build it up while it's still wet. And then you cure and done. I will do it segment by segment. This head first, cure, and then this body, build it, and then cure, and then this one, and then the tail, cure every part. This is a finished set.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that this is very simple. How about you guys pick?
Yeah. Now is this the overtime one or the
is a next set.
What'd you call it?
It's not the bonus set yet.
Bonus set,
yeah.
That's it, yeah.
How about you guys pick pink pumpkin or
Oh, I already know what they're gonna say.
silver web, or ruby centipede, or embossed suede pumpkin, embossed suede jack-o'-lantern.
Well, I guess you must have did that centipede when I wasn't looking.
I see
that
the
cool.
Yes, I whip it out. I was laying that home, and then I was thinking about a creatures, and I was like, man, Tino, you done so many spider web and spider. What's wrong with you? And suddenly the inner Tino say, hey, how about centipede? And then I'd be like, oh, really? But centipede is so creepy. And the inner Tino say, well, you put ruby crystal on it. And I'd be like, oh, yes. And then the inner Tino say, well, you better go do it because you're going to forget it in the morning. So I get up immediately and I go to the workshop and I whip this out, make a video out of that.
So far, the votes are heavy on the centipede.
Centipede. Okay. So we were going to start centipede.
But don't worry, you're going to get to see all.
Yeah, you're going to get all of them. I just don't know what to do next. So, okay, so I'm going to demonstrate the centipede. And remember, I'm going to get up for about 2 seconds and get back on. Make sure I put all the nail on first.
I'm going to run outside and see the plaything.
See the what?
See the plaything.
The playthings?
The cat. The new kitten.
Okay. Now,
and drink. Thank you, Tanya.
I will get up and I will get right back on. Bye bye, everyone. I will see you in just 5 seconds.